everyone. I'm Eva Medilek, your high performance coach, and I've got some confessions to make to you today. Now, normally, I don't consider myself a stupid person, but I have been known to make some unwise choices, if you will. About a couple of weeks ago, I was taken by ambulance, paramedics, if you will, from my home to the ER due to some intense back spasms that left me so debilitated in pain that I couldn't walk and I couldn't get out of bed. In the ER, they did, I think it was called a CT scan to check my organs and everything. And thank God everything's fine there. But I'm still not clear on why I'm in so much pain. The pain has turned into from a deep internal pain where I couldn't move and couldn't get comfortable to now numbness and tingling and surface pain on my right side. Now, not trying to get a diagnosis from anyone, but this is concerning because I'm a month when this first happened about 5 weeks ago. And it got better and then it got worse. And in between, I've taken 2 trips for work related stuff and got well enough to be on those trips, but I'm still not 100%. So I finally get in to see a doctor. And, we get to order a bunch of tests and see a bunch of specialists to try to get to the bottom of this. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I called yesterday to schedule my MRI, and she made it an urgent request for an MRI. And so when I called to make the appointment, they told me they had an 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, and it would be in the city in San Francisco. Now, I live in Berkeley, which is kind of a suburb of San Francisco. And so getting over the Bay Bridge in the morning in traffic, it's still dark out. My husband's traveling. Taking care of the dog. She's got to be walked and fed. And I've got to go through all that traffic, try to find parking, all of the things. And I was coming up with every excuse in the world why I couldn't do that early morning appointment in San Francisco. And as I heard myself saying, I'm going to be in traffic. It's going to take a long time. I'm going to have to leave early, and I have nobody to help me with the dog. And how am I going to get there? Can I get there by train? Should I take a Uber? Can I drive? Like all of this stuff was going through my head, and I was making it way more complicated. This is an urgent situation. I have been in constant pain for 5 weeks now, to where I've been on anti-inflammatories, pain meds, muscle relaxants, heating pads on my neck, on my back. Like so much is going wrong. And here I am choosing comfort, choosing laziness. It's inconvenient for me to go all the way into San Francisco. It's inconvenient for me to get up that early. It's inconvenient for me to be in traffic. And I heard myself, and I literally wanted to smack myself upside the head. I mean, how many times are our excuses bigger than our, our intention of being a better person, accomplishing certain things? And we always can talk our way out of it. I heard somebody said once, your why has to be greater than your why not. And my why not was yelling at the top of its lungs. And fortunately, my why, which is you are able to get this done right away. Why are you coming up with excuses not to? Because it's inconvenient. Sometimes we've got to do what's inconvenient and what's uncomfortable. And I talk about this all the time. I was letting my feelings get in the way of what I needed to do. My feelings were sabotaging me, the coach. Fortunately, I heard myself because I was really loud. And I'm like, why are you making these excuses when you really need to get down to the bottom of what's going on? with your back and your health so that you can get back to feeling 100% like yourself, showing up for your clients 100%, getting back to traveling, getting back to being me, because I haven't been me in about 5 weeks. I've been slower, I've been careful, I haven't been working out much, I've been traveling a lot, sitting a lot, laying down a lot. And let me tell you, I am really comfortable laying down, snuggling with my dog. And that was starting to feel really too comfortable. And my comfort zone was keeping me from pushing myself to my ability. I had really was talking myself into letdown. So think about this in your own life. Where is your why not louder than your why? Where are you talking yourself out of things that will benefit you, that will support your growth, support who you want to become, support what you want to accomplish? Because I was reading something that I wrote down the other day, and it said, you know what? If it's too much for you to invest, it's too much for you to make or manifest. If this was too much for me to get up early, walk the dog in the dark, feed her early, and get out there and get into traffic, it's too much for me to feel better, to know what's wrong with me, to get healthy. And we really have to think about where in our lives are we choosing our comfort over growth? Where in our lives is our why not louder than our why? Where can we show up better for not just ourselves, but for the people in our lives? I thought about my husband who, even though he's been away for the past week, he has taken care of me. He has carried me to the bathroom. He has, called 911 when I just could not move and was screaming in pain. He has been running up and down the stairs, worried about me, trying to get me to eat because I haven't had any appetite because of all the pain. I owe it to the people who love me to take care of me. I owe it to the people who have gone out of their way to take care of me, to not be lazy, to not do kind of bonehead, knucklehead decisions. I'm not a bonehead and I'm not a knucklehead, but sometimes I do a good imitation of one. And this was one of those times. So I'm happy to say I got up, I did it. There was no traffic. I ended up an hour early at the place. There was valet parking. I mean, it couldn't have gone smoother. It couldn't have gone smoother, and I would have really beat myself up with regret if I didn't go. And now I'm looking at other areas in my life where I'm not showing up 100%, where I'm letting my excuses, my laziness, I have a strong lazy gene in my family. My excuses, my laziness, my why nots speak louder than my whys, my growth, my intention for becoming the best version of me that I can for my growth and my personal development. Where is the laziness taken over? And it has gotten the best of me lately. I'm not going to lie. It's gotten the best of me, but it really was helpful to hear myself say it out loud yesterday when I was coming up with all those excuses as to why I couldn't make it to that MRI appointment. So hopefully this is a jump start I need to get my mojo back, to get back to feeling better. I'm starting to feel about 5% better every day, but I just really want to know what's wrong with me, how I can get 100% out of pain, because being in pain all day, sleeping with pain is not fun. Is not fun. My mother did it for years. Bless her heart. I don't know how she did that, and I feel really bad that I didn't understand fully the extent of pain that she was in, but that's for another video. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you take inventory of your own life and see where you're backing down when you can be standing up stronger for yourself, for your vision, for your values, for your goals, for your priorities, and not let your why nots be stronger than your whys. All right. If you like this video, if you think somebody can benefit from this, I want you to like, subscribe, share, spread the love. Because sometimes we all can need a little kick in the pants. So thank you for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.